I'm estimating 8 shots before I don't feel anything.
Yeah, that's a great way to kick off the Mashed Potatoes and Gravy podcast. Welcome, everybody.
Gravy's back.
Yeah, the gravy is also injured, though, so he may not end up close to the microphone.
Yeah, I'll just talk really loudly while standing stiffly, because everything hurts.
Good man.
He had a bit of a slip and hit his side, and now he's being a big fucking baby about it.
And pretty much. I only broke 3 ribs. Apparently, if you break 3 or less, you're a bitch if you cry. Has to be more than 3.
That's in the Bible.
Yeah, I think. The addendum.
Oh, it was the Bible too, sorry.
That was the Book of Mormon. It's sitting right over there. I can look it up.
Oh, I didn't mean things that way.
But, yes, welcome. Before we get started, an important thing that happened, I think a few days ago now. Mr. Total Biscuit passed away.
Yeah, that did happen.
Yes, he finally succumbed to cancer, so I would like to request 5 seconds of respectful silence for our fallen friend.
No.
That's like 3 seconds, close enough. But, no, he was one of the 3 big influences that convinced me to throw my hat into the YouTube ring, and I feel that the YouTubes is poorer for the loss. Because whether you liked him or hate him, he was a very big influence on the YouTube community.
Yeah.
So my sympathies go to his wife and son, because I'm also one of the unfortunate people who knows what it's like to lose a father to cancer. So Jenna Bain and I don't actually know the son's name.
Goomba Bill.
Goomba Bill. I'm sorry you've been called that, but I don't know your name, but you have
Goomba Bill now.
You have my sympathies. So,
I'm not going to pretend like I watched him at all very much on YouTube, but whenever someone passes away from cancer, it's always a sad thing.
Yeah.
From what I heard, he did a lot of things for the gaming community, so I'm glad for that, even if I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But, on to a more cheerful note, I finally platinumed Bloodborne after
Really?
God knows how many years. It was rough.
That, I feel like we should have 5 seconds of silence for you.
Why?
You probably died on the inside at least 7 or 23 times.
Well, the hardest part was the Chalice dungeons, where you had to fight the fucking amygdala, the gigantic 6-armed thing. That was the worst part. The final Chalice dungeon, after that, fucking cakewalk, but me and Ulrich sat there beating our heads against the amygdala for probably a grand total of like 6 hours.
Oh,
It was fuck that boss fight and fuck the Chalice dungeons. Those are easily the weakest part of the game.
What's a challenge dungeon? Is it just like a shitty speed run through a dungeon, basically? Or
Kind of. It's an optional thing. Like, you don't even have to do them if you don't want to, but I think they're like procedurally generated dungeons that have fixed boss fights at the end of all 3 floors.
Oh, that doesn't sound too bad.
It wasn't, except some of the bosses, like, what was her name? Rom, the giant centipede spider thing.
Yeah, that thing sucks.
Yeah, fighting that in a small enclosed space is shit.
Oh, okay. If it's small and enclosed. I meant like it sucked as a boss fight because it was super easy, but...
Well, it's... When you don't have all that room to run around in, it fucking sucks when she, like, throws out her shockwaves and calls the ice down. Yeah, it's... Yeah, fuck the Chalice dungeon. Don't go into them unless you really want to get the Beast Claw weapon. That's the only reason I can think of to do that if you're not trying to platinum the game.
I see.
Good luck, man.
Jimmy awkwardly moving a chair to awkwardly sit on it.
Oh,
Dude, did I hear popping coming
yeah.
out of you?
Yeah, you did.
Ooh.
Jimmy, you're too tall to be falling.
Yeah, I fell 6 feet into the side of a couch with only my ribs.
It's like Shaquille O'Neal falling over.
Which it's 6 feet that he fell because the couch is like 6 inches off the ground.
I'm 6.
It's more than that. But
I'm like 6'5".
Yeah.
So I'm going to call it 6 feet, so it sounds cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what have you been playing recently, boys?
I've played some more Breath of the Wild. Just fun. I finally got past the first initial part. It was mainly what was getting me stuck was not... I knew, but I was being dumb. You can climb fucking everything. So to get to the last shrine, I had to get to get the like paraglider thing, and get out of the first fucking area. I had to just climb up like a sheer rock wall that was on a path that led to a different area, and it seemed more like just a wall to me. Like, I was just like, that's just a barrier, and there is no barriers in that game, so I was being a retard. And yeah, so once I figured that out, it was easy. But
Was it raining?
men?
Hallelujah! No, I hear if you try to climb during a rainstorm, it's all kinds of bad.
Yeah, you slip down the tree or whatever, or it's like a lot harder. I think your grip meter goes down way quicker.
Yeah, probably. No, it was not raining when I did it, so I just scurried right up it. Just a sheer rock face that just, okay, I guess I can climb that. Which is neat in a way, but also, man, that makes that game a whole lot more open world. Which I like but dislike at the same time.
Yeah. You just gotta get your Dying Light agility tree maxed out, and then you can just fucking climb anything.
Or just get to the part where I can get the grapple hook.
Yeah, that too.
And just, yeah.
Well, on the other hand, I relapsed last night and logged into World of Warcraft for the first time in a month.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I've also been playing, I keep forgetting what it's called, but you know Elite Sniper?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they made like a zombie mod
Yeah.
of it. I've been playing that a lot lately. It's awesome.
I
but
have that game.
yeah, I've been playing a lot. It's really cool. The X-ray shots are awesome, so I just turned the frequency up to max. The only thing I don't like about it is it's dark. No way to light up anything. Like, if it's pitch black, it's pitch black. The only way you can see a zombie is, hopefully you can see one eye or two because they glow. But other than that, it's fucking dark.
Isn't it called Zombie Army Trilogy?
Yep.
Yeah, Zombie Army Trilogy.
I have that game.
It's really fun, and I thought it was really boring because for like the first 2 levels, it's just regular zombies, and then all of a sudden, there's just a zombie that screams and runs at you holding a grenade. Like, it's just like a non-stop as it runs you, and I started shitting my pants, and I was like, oh no. And so I'd never let any of them get close to me, until one time I did by accident. I was like, oh shit. It takes like 2 seconds for it to explode. All I have to do is walk away. So I was like, that's not terrifying. Then they introduce zombie snipers you have to counter snipe.
Oh, God.
And if you miss, they laugh at you and move. Like, they seriously laugh if you miss. If like you make a close shot almost, they'll laugh at you. And they just teleport somewhere else. And then there's the big fucker who walks around with a machine gun. You have to shoot him like 9 times in the head. Maybe 27 times. I don't know how many it was. It was fucking retarded. But yeah, that game got a lot better once the special zombies got introduced. And I haven't been really playing any new games because I'm always like a good 5 to 7 years behind everyone else.
Well, finally, Warhammer 40k Space Hulk Deathwing came out.
That's the, Left 4 Dead one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's only $40. It's not a full-priced game, which, as much as I love that game, not as great as it could have been. It's not worth $60.
And
But
well, that's why it's 40.
yeah,
At least weren't trying to bullshit you by making it $60. So like, yeah, we know this is a $40 game. Sorry, boys. No.
yeah, but it's for what it is. It's still good. A lot of people are hating on it. They're like, the mobility is shit, and the levels are cramped, and there's no aim down sights, and it's not a first-person shooter. And it's like, it's not supposed to be a first-person shooter. You're a 2,000-pound walking tank strutting down these tiny little hallways with hordes of Tyranids coming at you. What do you need iron sights for? You have a Gatling gun. Just point it down the hall and hold the trigger, man.
Yeah, it's 45 degrees of fuck everything in that direction.
I mean, flamethrower. You don't need iron sights for a flamethrower.
I don't know if you want to get that really good headshot with a flamethrower.
Classic flamethrower headshot.
Yeah, but no, it's for what it is, it's good, especially if you like Warhammer 40k. The best part of the game is the environment. They put a stupid amount of detail into the environment.
So is it zombies or Tyranids?
It's Tyranids.
Oh.
I mean, there's kind of
Oh,
zombies.
no,
The same, it's Left 4 Dead style.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I was
Yeah.
like, those sound
Like
zombies.
Vermintide, but in the 40k universe.
Yeah, and they have like different types of
Or
Tyranids.
I guess not the fantasy version, whatever. I'm not sure. I'm not a big Warhammer nerd, but
yeah, they throw different types of enemies at you. There's a type of enemy, I think it's called the Broodlord. It's basically the tank from Left 4 Dead. It's this big hulking motherfucker which runs at you and just kind of decides, I'm going to target that guy and only that guy until he's dead.
Please don't break my butt.
Yeah.
you can't distract him.
No.
Oh.
That's bad.
Yeah, that makes that a bit more
Terrifying.
Yeah.
stupid.
Well, I mean, granted, like I said, you're a 2,000-pound walking tank in powered armor. It takes quite a bit to actually kill one of the player characters, but when he's on top of you and just going to town and ignoring everything else, it makes it a little bit hairy.
A little intense.
But like you said about the Zombie Army trilogy, it's fucking dark.
Yeah.
It is really, really dark environments.
Yeah, it is.
There's upgrades you can get, like different optics for your guns that can find invisible enemies, or you can mount flashlights on them and shit like that. But man, when you can't see one of those brood lords coming at you and you just hear him screaming off somewhere and you're just looking around like, where the fuck is he coming from? I can't see him.
Yeah.
It is intense.
Oh, that was one more thing I want to mention about the Zombie Army trilogy thing. The fucking zombies will just spawn out of nowhere.
They'll just pop in.
You know, they'll just pop out of the ground like there's an animation for it. They'll just be like, bloop. You'll be like, okay, I cleared this corner. There's 30 that way. I got this. Fuck!
What up, hater?
Also, if you just barely manage to kill one with a headshot, it still gets like one swing left. I got killed by that. I was like, boo, headshot. Oh, what the fuck? No head.
And I had an experience similar to your Breath of the Wild story. I was playing more Ghost Recon Wildlands. They released a Splinter Cell tie-in mission. And this mission sucks. You have to go find Sam Fisher, and you have to sneak into a base without getting seen and without killing anybody. And I tried for probably a good 3 days to get in, and I got spotted or, killed or whatever. And finally, I'm just like... Killed. I'm like, I'm gonna try a different approach to this. So I commandeered a helicopter, flew it up over the base, and jumped out of the helicopter and just parachuted down onto the building Sam Fisher was in and walked in through the roof entrance.
Oh, that's a solution.
Yeah, and I felt really stupid. I'm like, I'm just gonna ODST this shit and see what happens, and it works on the first try. I'm like, wow.
Pinnacle of stealth games, people.
Pinnacle of stealth. Helicopter, parachute, done.
Like, we heard a man cough slightly behind those boxes, but somehow we didn't notice a helicopter until it was too late.
Is that the sound of a man pulling a gun out of a holster? Get him, boys!
Like, what's that noise? It sounds like a No, it's just the wind, dude. Shut up. Get back to work.
Yeah, and funny thing was, the helicopter fell on the base when it crashed.
I was gonna mention that.
Thankfully, I'd gotten to the point, once you sneak in and find Sam Fisher, you basically have to survive waves of guys coming at you, and stealth goes out the window at that point. So the helicopter dropping into the base and exploding wasn't really much cause for alarm at that point. They were like, yeah, we already know people are here. Oh shit, a helicopter. Whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, where'd Sam Fisher go? Oh, no.
You never lose sight of Sam Fisher. Man, he's fucking old now.
Isn't he like in his late 40s or like early 50s in the games right now?
Something like that. Like, he's an old man. Like, full white hair and beard.
Oh, that kind of old. Okay.
Like, they made a fun reference after the mission, and Sam's like, yeah, I think I'm like the last of the old school infiltrators. I mean, there was this one army guy who wore a headband, and then everyone's just like instantly, oh, he retired. I was like, oh, it's just me now. I'm like, you're talking about Solid Snake.
Shouldn't he retire if he's that old?
He's still good at what he does. He got into the base somehow without being seen and without killing anybody.
Well, I mean, it sounds like he got seen. Was he trapped in the building? Like, were they keeping him there?
No, he was, he infiltrated the building to find some files that a CIA guy stole and then was, like, trying to sell to the cartel or something like that. So he snuck in to get the files back. And he's like, I need your help because once I start downloading this file, all of these alarms are going to go off and there's going to be people trying to kill us. And I'm like,
oh,
okay, got it.
Oh,
Light
boy.
machine gun, I understand.
Oh, what?
Cleveland and Golden State are in overtime.
Oh.
And it's tied. 4.5 minutes left.
LeBron?
Yeah. Game 1 of the series.
Brown
the finals. Please, Cleveland. Don't succumb to them.
I mean, it's LeBron. I don't think
Wait,
you
I
have to worry.
thought you wanted either one of those guys to win. Wasn't
No, I want Cleveland to win. I don't want Golden State to win at all.
Oh, okay. I could have swore, like, yeah, I'm all about Cleveland, but if they lose, I want some other team.
Oh, if they would have lost, I probably would have wanted, I guess, the Celtics to win.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the 4 teams left,
I
then
want
the Rockets, then Golden State.
I want whatever team
Well, not Golden State at
Shaq and Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman are all playing for now.
Yeah, the couch.
Yeah, I want the couch to win.
Well, the couch for, Dennis Rodman, North Korea. Shaq, the Sports Center Studios, and Michael Jordan, probably couching it. Couching it. He's pretty old now.
Are you sure? I thought he was playing baseball now.
Yeah, no.
No.
It was a long time ago, and it didn't go too well.
So, did you hear that they're considering remaking Space Jam with LeBron?
Yeah, that's been a rumor forever.
I want that to happen.
They've really been pushing for it, I think.
I mean, they're making another Bill and Ted. Why can't they make another Space Jam?
Well, they're not remaking Bill and Ted. They're making a sequel.
Well, they should just make a sequel to Space Jam. That's
Space Jammed.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Jordan's too old now, and the Looney Tunes need help, so they go get LeBron.
Space Jam 2, Jam Harder.
Yeah. Space Jam 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. I like that one the best.
Electric Boogaloo, yeah, that's pretty good.
Make that happen, Hollywood. I want to see it. Like, I don't know if LeBron's a good actor or not, but I mean...
He has been in movies.
Has he?
Yeah, he's been in at least one movie.
I think what would make that movie great is if the Looney Tunes all thought that he was fucking... wow, I actually just forgot his name.
Jordan?
No. Yeah, Michael Jordan. Like, the Looney Tunes just still think it's Michael Jordan the whole time.
They just call him that the entire
right?
time.
LeBron's just like, who's Michael Jordan? You.
Yeah, make
LeBron James. Who's that?
Make him wear a Michael Jordan jersey.
The Looney Tunes haven't been popular since that last movie came out, so...
I don't know, man. DuckTales is apparently making a comeback. Looney Tunes can't
Yeah,
be far away.
apparently the new DuckTales is pretty good.
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. It's not on Netflix or Hulu.
Don't know.
I've heard things from people I don't know. I usually believe them with that question.
So speaking of Netflix,
Good philosophy.
Noodle, you said you've been watching Supernatural.
Yeah, I just started.
Like from the beginning?
Yeah, I had watched.
That's the exact question I asked.
I'd watched maybe the first 2 seasons or the first season and a half, something like that, like years ago. And so I don't really as I'm watching the episodes, I vaguely recall things that happened. But basically, it's all new, and it's great. I've watched the first 8 episodes, and yeah, it's really good. Very X-Files-y, but it's got a very X-Files vibe, and the whole Creature of the Week thing.
Yeah, they lose that a little bit in later seasons.
Yeah, I've heard, but
it's got the same problem as Dragon Ball Z. The power scaling just fucking goes off the wall.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I want to spoil anything.
Don't spoil it, but I just keep it vague.
Yeah,
I mean, I know the angels and demons become a way bigger thing, and
then they become a much smaller thing.
No.
Oh,
3 minutes left, and they're down by 7 now.
Jesus.
Oh, what happened?
But,
Damn it.
Yeah. But the Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah.
You should really watch that. Like I said,
I think you showed me a snippet from it once.
It's God.
Is it good?
Because
I was like,
it's really good.
Dean is just trying to bang Daphne the whole time.
I mean, yeah, that's part of it. But they actually I guess partnered with the animation studio that does Scooby-Doo, and all the people who are voicing them nowadays actually voice the characters in the episode.
Oh.
Yeah.
And man, is it fucking silly.
Well, yeah, so it was like, a crossover with Scooby-Doo. They must be low on money.
Yeah, haunted TV, they get sucked into it.
Oh.
And they try to have a street race against the Mystery Machine, and they lose horribly. And Dean flips shit about it. He's like, yeah, I don't know if my baby can go slow enough to keep up with your van there. And they're like, oh, well, let's have a street race. And the Mystery Machine just fucking tears off down the road.
Did we tell you it tops out at 130?
Yeah, and Dean's like, the light was still red! Damn it, Fred! And he just hates Fred the whole time. And then Sam gives him grief. He's like, you can't be trying to bang Daphne when she's obviously with Fred. That's not appropriate. And he's like, no, Fred fucking sucks.
Fucking Fred.
Fucking Fred.
My only question would be, if you get sucked into a cartoon, do the cartoons look like real people to you, or are you looking at weird, flat, 3-dimensional cartoon people?
Weird, flat, 2-dimensional cartoon people.
That's I prefer the other way.
I don't know. There's a point where, the Scooby Gang is celebrating some kind of mystery they solved, and they hand Sam the paper, and he looks at it, and he's like, Dean, there's not even words on this paper!
What is it, just slightly blurry lines across the paper?
Yeah. At one point, Dean's like, alright, I'm gonna go hit on Daphne. Sam, how do I look? You look 2-dimensional. Perfect! Yeah, fantastic episode. So good.
Mosquitoes!
Yeah, they're out and about now.
That one I saw earlier is the first one I've seen. This year, that is.
They're all over my yard at this point. As if I didn't need more reasons to not go outside.
I think my blood's too toxic now, so they can leave me alone.
Mosquitoes.
Just don't eat any bananas because that apparently attracts them for some
I
reason.
ate a banana today. It was way earlier though.
Oh, you probably sweated it out by
Like
now.
11 o'clock.
Sweated out the whole banana.
The whole banana.
Just
Nothing of that banana
juice.
remains in me. No, it just peels off me like those little bits on the on the
Oh, the little
bananas.
stringy parts?
Yeah.
Oh. No, you just sweat out the whole banana. Just. Oh,
Just through one giant pore.
God.
That's a disturbing image.
Yes, it is.
I wouldn't like that one bit.
I
You
also.
can always imagine putting a toothpick under your toenail and kicking the wall as hard as you can.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I feel like the toothpick would break.
Yeah, after about an inch and a half going under your toenail, then that'd probably break.
Yeah.
But
It'd be fine.
that'd be horrible.
Apparently, that's a torture method. Like Chinese people or whatever, when interrogating somebody, they would take like bamboo slivers and like shove them under people's fingernails.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But when it comes to torture, no one did it better than the Spaniards. Let's give them their due respect.
Yeah,
What'd they do?
had some
The
they had
entire
some
Inquisition.
Oh,
crazy shit.
yeah, the pair of agony.
Yeah, that one's pretty fucked up. You know what's even worse? I think it's called like the Spanish tickler, which is literally just a giant rake with razor sharp ends, and they just like thwap you with it while you're tied up, like right down your back, just thwap.
That's what Corsetti was trying to do to that puddle.
Yeah. I believe we've told that story before.
Yeah, it's a short story. Our track and field coach was trying to rake a puddle of water.
Yeah, it was in the way on the track, and we needed to get it out of the way because it was on the triple jump like lines.
Yeah.
And so he was like, "I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get something to get rid of that." Like probably looking for a shovel
Or a mop,
or
maybe.
something.
Something that would make sense.
Really anything
Other than a rake.
other than a rake. And Andy and I are talking to these two girls, and I was not facing that way. I think only Andy was.
Yeah.
And Andy's like, "Is he trying to rake water?" And he's just back there furiously just digging at that water to no avail. I don't know what his thoughts were, because it was one of those like metal fucking ones
Not
with
even
the
like
thin teeth.
Yeah, not even
Like
like the
for
wide.
ripping up dead shit.
Yeah, like you could have done better with like one of the wide plastic ones.
Yeah.
A little bit better. You still failed, but at least
Yeah.
you feel like you
You're
accomplished
still
something.
a fucking idiot for grabbing a rake to get
Sounds like
rid
he's
of
only
it.
qualified to teach track and field and nothing else.
He taught science as well.
There's
Oh,
no
is that-
fucking
Forget
way.
what he taught exactly.
Quantum physics.
Nope.
Maybe he's like Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. He knows everything except for simple addition.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were we on right before that? God damn it.
Scooby-Doo Netflix, I think, and then that
Supernatural.
devolved into bananas and mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Oh no, we went on a tangent when you're like, mosquito, and then everything was gone.
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking.
Supernatural Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah.
That was the last thing.
Good shit, that episode. Go watch it. It's standalone, so you don't have to see the rest of the series.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I used to get annoyed by that because I was binging it, and there'd just be like one episode in like the middle of a storyline that has nothing to do with it. But I appreciate it now when I watch like outcome episodes that are coming. I'm like,
Yeah,
this is nice.
the only thing you need to know is that Sam and Dean basically acquired a fully furnished bunker that they live in now.
Yeah, it's hardcore. Like think Men in Black 1940s with supernatural shit.
Yeah, they live there now. That's really the only thing you need to know going into that episode, because the only reason that's relevant is at the beginning they help a guy get rid of a ghost, and he's like, it was in a store, and they're like, thank you, you can have whatever you want. And Dean's like, anything, and he like looks over at a big screen TV. So they just take the TV and they're gonna put it in the bunker,
That's awesome.
and the TV's haunted, and they get sucked into Scooby-Doo land.
No, my favorite part, or this isn't even really a spoiler, my favorite part is when they're in the bunker and they're just watching TV after a big hunt, and you don't hear what's on TV, and then all you see is Dean going, "Oh, Joffrey, you're a sick bastard," and I was like, yes.
Yep.
Oh, medieval torture devices. That's what we were
Oh
talking
yeah,
Right.
the pair of agony and the Spanish tickler.
That was
yeah.
it.
The chair with all the spikes on it, and a lot of the times there'd be a hole in the middle of a chair with a spike that'd go right up your ass.
Yep.
That one sounds rough.
Did you know you can survive for longer than a day fully impaled Vlad style? You can be alive for like a whole day.
If they get it through you the right way, probably.
Yeah, if they miss some organs and they
your
butter it up
heart.
enough. Yeah. And the stick keeps most of the blood in, so like you bleed out, but like slowly.
Could you imagine dying that way?
I don't want
You're just.
Hey, speaking of Vlad, it's 2018 now. We should be getting 8 more episodes of Castlevania.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
It's been 2018 actually.
Yeah, they
Like for a while.
Yeah, for about 6 months.
Yeah, the first 4 episodes were like basically a test run to see if people enjoyed it, and they did. It was like the one Netflix original that ranked higher than 80 on Rotten Tomatoes. And they're like, yeah, fuck it, make more of them.
Did Cleveland get squashed? Kind of.
Lost.
Well, don't they have to lose like 2 more times?
They have to lose 3 more times, but it'd be really nice because so how it works is because Golden State won more games, they get 2 games during the regular season because neither of them was a number 1 seed in their division.
Yeah.
Because Golden State won more regular season games, they get home court advantage. So it's best of 7. So it's 2 in Golden State, 2 in Cleveland, Golden State, Cleveland, Golden State. So in order to win, they have to steal a game from Golden State on Golden State's home court. So it would have been nice if they had taken game 1 especially, because that'd be setting a good tone for the series.
Yeah.
That said, Golden State winning game 1 on their home court isn't like a series ender or anything. Like, they're on their home court. They still have to, win.
It's just a bad omen for things to come.
It's just not good. But, I mean, it did go to overtime. Cleveland took them to overtime, and everybody was like, yeah, every game is going to be they're going to demolish them. So,
I mean,
good.
I've seen clips of LeBron. Like, it doesn't matter who I am or what team I'm on. If I'm running towards LeBron or he's running towards me, I'd be kind of scared.
yeah, but
Like,
the
holy
thing
shit,
is,
that's LeBron.
LeBron is the only person that the Cavs have. Meanwhile, the Warriors have the best bench in the league, have like the second and third best players in the world, along with a third player who can play out of his mind, and another guy who I hate, but he's kind of good.
Basically, LeBron's carrying a whole basketball team.
Yeah, he's the only reason they're in the finals. Let me see how many points he had, because he had 40 last time I checked, and that was in like the 4th quarter. Yeah, no, he's ridiculous, but he can only do so much by himself. This Warriors team is freaking stacked.
Oh.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
I only vaguely know what we're talking about, but here's a picture of Robert Downey Jr. holding the kitten. It's my background.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of him the other day. He shaved off his beard.
No.
He did.
None of that.
No, he he was walking down the street, I guess, and he met a family, and the kid wanted to get a picture with Iron Man, and then he looked at Robert Downey Jr. and he started crying because Iron Man was out of costume.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so LeBron and the other kind of good player on his team, LeBron had 51 points, Kevin Love had 21, and then the next guy to score points had 10. Golden State, Steph Curry had 29, Kevin Durant had 26, Klay Thompson had 24, Draymond Green had 13. Like, they're a much more even team.
Is Kevin Durant hungry like the wolf?
That
was a Duran Duran reference.
Yeah,
Like
his
hungry
last
like
name's
Teddy.
Durant, but
Whatever.
so probably not. 'Cause
the
he does
T-
everything. He does the opposite of whatever they do.
The T is silent. It's Duran.
Ah, well, that's too bad.
Well, they'll probably come back. LeBron's a good player, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Isn't
So
so?
just can LeBron by himself beat a whole team? Is the thing. Which.
So is he like the number 1 guy in the world right now?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
There's like anybody who says he's not is a fucking idiot. Like, especially watching through these playoffs, LeBron has been fucking inhuman. Like, I don't think anybody's ever played at the level that he's playing at right now. It's stupid.
Is Dirk Nowitzki still a thing?
Yes, he is. He's not really much of a thing that matters all that much anymore. The Mavericks suck now, but
I didn't even know what team
he's still
for.
playing. He's still playing.
Like, I just know that he wanted a basketball signed to his niece, whose name was also Dirk.
Yes, that's true. It's a good Like Mike reference.
Yeah, they should just get the guy from Like Mike to play for them. Have him on the same team as LeBron.
I think that was Lil Bow Wow It might have been Little Romeo. They were kind of interchangeable. They were both the little boy rappers. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Bow Wow.
I mean, in theory...
I don't think Romeo was as popular.
If I got Michael Jordan sneakers, could I play on the level that Michael Jordan played on?
In theory, yes.
I
mean, all we have to go on is like Mike. So I'm going to say in theory, yes. Good. For all we know, those powers could exist. But I'm pretty sure those shoes got broken in the movie at the end, and he kind of lost the powers, and he was going to have to actually learn how to play.
So I don't know. Maybe I just need to go find a pair of Air Jordans. I hear those are trying to make a comeback.
They aren't trying to make a comeback, Andy. They've never gone away.
Oh, okay, good.
Jordans have always been a thing, and they're always like the main popular shoe.
Yeah, I mean...
And they are really nice. Like, I've had pairs before.
Yeah.
I just don't buy them anymore because I don't want to spend $130 on shoes.
Fair enough.
But I've had pairs before, and they're fucking amazing.
So, do we want to speak at all about Solo?
I mean, I haven't seen it yet. So, I mean, I don't care if you spoil it a bit. Like, spoilers don't bug me. So, if you want to go off on it, sure.
Like, I really do. And, like, there's... really not much of that movie to spoil. Most of the main shit was in the trailers. I mean, the story itself was pretty bare bones.
It shows the like game where Lando lost the Falcon.
Yeah.
It doesn't show why, like what's happening. Because I didn't get much of an idea of the story of what's going on.
It was basically
just that it was a rollicking adventure.
It was basically a heist movie.
Ah.
Like, I guess, talk about the beginning a little bit. Well, one thing they changed, which kind of pissed me off, was they changed his home planet, Corellia. In the old canon, Corellia was, like, a really, really well-off system because they're, like, the best shipbuilders in the galaxy. But in the movie, it is a shithole. I mean, it's kind of the Empire's fault. They super industrialized the entire planet and kind of ruined everything, but it wasn't like the really beautiful kind of high-tech planet that I was used to seeing in like the comics and the expanded universe stuff. But in the context of the Empire taking it over and forcing them to build ships for them, it kind of makes sense, but I was hoping to see like a really well-off Corellia.
Yeah.
But no, like Han started off like he did in the old canon. He's basically a street rat. He's an orphan.
Scoundrel.
Yeah, and he's working for a gang, and him and his girlfriend at the time, who's, I think her name was Kira, but I'm just going to call her Daenerys.
Kira Knightley.
No, I'm just going to call her Daenerys Targaryen, because that's who she was played by.
Oh.
But basically, they want to escape and be able to go off and do what they want, and in the end, Han escapes by joining the Imperial Navy, but she gets sucked back into the underworld.
Yeah, they show that in the trailer.
Which is actually how he gets his name. He goes up to the recruitment desk, and he's like, I want to join the Navy, I want to be a pilot. And the guy's like, alright, what's your name? He's like, oh, my name's Han. He's like, okay, do you have a last name? Who are your people? And Han apparently doesn't even know who his parents is, so he's always just been Han. So the counter's like, alright, Han Solo. You're by yourself. And then he joins and he gets booted out of the Navy, apparently for having a mind of his own, because the Empire doesn't like that. So he joins, like, basically the Stormtroopers, and they're fighting an equivalent of World War II on some planet or another. Like, he's down in the muddy trenches and shit like that. And,
Are there any other kind of trenches?
There's the trenches from Hoth, and the trenches...
I guess those weren't muddy.
No, and there was the trenches on not Hoth in episode 8.
Yeah. Okay. You got a point.
Yeah.
It's normally when I hear of trenches, they're muddy.
Yeah. But he ends up meeting this Woody Harrelson's character, and he figures out that this guy is not actually part of the army. He's a thief, and he's there to steal a ship. And he's like, hey, can I join you guys? I want to get out of here. I can be a help. I'm a decent pilot. And they're like, I don't know, man. I don't think we trust you. And he's like, oh, well, I could just go grab that commander over there and bring him over here and out you guys as thieves. And Woody Harrelson's like, oh, okay. Is that the game you're playing? excuse me, Commander, come on over here. And the commander just doesn't even question anything. He's like, what's going on, Captain? He's like, oh, this guy was about to desert, so you should throw him in jail. So Han gets tossed into basically a pit where there's something down there killing and possibly eating people. And surprise, surprise, it's Chewbacca. And you actually get to see Han speaking the Wookiee language, which was really fucking funny.
He just somehow knew it.
Yeah.
Already.
Like, he was like, Chewie was like choking him out, and he's like, and Chewie stops. He's like, yeah, I speak a bit of Wookiee. Shut up, come here. We gotta help each other get out of here. So I guess he learned that during his time as a street rat. I don't know, but
That's a fine enough origin story for them.
Yeah.
I like that.
So they end up escaping and then linking up with Woody Harrelson, and they fuck up a job that they were hired to do. They were supposed to get some kind of fuel, like some super fuel that the Empire uses to like power Star Destroyers or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they get on the bad side of a gang lord who was played by Vision from the Avengers. And he's like, you guys fucked up the job. I trusted you, and now I'm gonna have to kill you. And they're like, whoa, hey, look, we can make this right. So 90% of the movie is them doing this job to try and not get murdered horribly by gangsters. And that's pretty much it. And along the way, they meet up with Childish Gambino Lando, who was by far the best fucking part of the movie.
Oh, I'm sure.
He was awesome. He even mispronounced Han's name like he's supposed to. Yeah, it's like, come on, Han, let's go. It's Han. But yeah, and they get the Millennium Falcon, which looked very, very different than normally does. It lost a lot of parts during the movie, like the front section with like the two mandibles or whatever.
Yeah.
That was like not there because that's where the escape pod for the ship was located, and they eventually fire it off, and that's how it got the blank space up front. And the cannons were not what they were in the movies, which was automatically, I'm like, okay, those guns are going to get wrecked and replaced.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Han, of course, wins the Falcon from Lando because he figures out that Lando was cheating during the card games. Like, Lando leaves them at one point, and Han tracks him down again to be like, dude, what the fuck? Why'd you leave us? And then he, like, grabs him in a handshake and, pulls him into a hug. And he's like, oh, you've got a card hidden up your sleeve. So he pickpockets the card and sits down at the game with Lando. And he's like, all right, Lando, you feeling good enough to bet the Millennium Falcon? And Lando's like, yeah, and of course I am. And then he reaches up his sleeves and figures out the card's not there. And is like, Han's like, oh, man, if you'd only had this card, you would have won. I'm taking the Falcon now. Bye.
Yeah.
And then leaves.
That's why he calls him a swindler.
Yeah.
Even though Lando was to be the swindler.
Yeah.
He became the swindlee.
Yep, the swindled.
I like swindlee.
But yeah, Lando was awesome. And there was a great cameo, which if you don't want to hear about this cameo, stop right now. Okay? I'm assuming if you're still here, you want to hear about it. Darth Maul actually makes an appearance.
Oh, that's nifty.
Yeah, it tied into the, I guess, Clone Wars and Rebels TV shows. Where
Did he have his spider legs?
No, he did not have his spider legs.
Oh.
This was post-spider legs when he gets better robot legs.
Huh.
But the whole thing was that he established his own criminal organization in the shows at some point, I guess. I haven't watched that far. But one of the characters in the end, after Vision's character gets killed off, basically takes over Vision's gang and calls the boss. And yeah, that guy was reporting to Darth Maul.
Neat.
Yeah, it was really cool, and I liked how they linked that into the TV show a bit.
So that means Darth Maul was potentially still kicking around during the Tridge? Or...
No, he died at the end of Season 3 of Rebels. So the Solo movie is before Rebels Season 3 at some point. Because in Rebels, Darth Maul fights one last duel with old man Ben Kenobi and loses. So he...
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, Obi finally offed him. So this was before Rebels by some degree. But yeah, they put him in there, and sadly, he was not voiced by Peter Serafinowicz.
Aw.
No, he was voiced by Vader's apprentice, who voiced him in the TV show and stuff like that. But he was still motion captured by the guy who
Okay, I was
did.
just about to ask that.
Yeah, he was still mocapped by Ray Park, a.k.a. Toad from the first X-Men movie.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, all in all, great movie. Not the most original story in the world, but filled in a lot of blanks that people, I'm sure, had about Han Solo.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things where, like, it's not doing good in the box office and whatever, and, oh man, there's a lot of articles that are like, man, can a white male lead not lead a movie anymore? Yeah, PC stuff. And a lot of response to that being like, no, it's because of all the PC stuff in the movie that people don't like it.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know about any PC shit in the movie. But
the most PC
or like super
shit...
left,
Yeah.
ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, the most PC shit I saw was actually a good thing. They touched on something they never really go into in any of the other movies, and it's about how droids are treated in the Star Wars universe. Like, despite the fact that they may or may not be sentient, they all have personalities, but people still use them for, like, menial labor and other shit. Like, the first time we meet up with Lando's droid partner, L3, they're in a shitty bar, and basically they have droid pit fights going on. Like, two gonk droids.
Robot wars.
Yeah, they basically have robot wars going on.
Two gonk droids are fighting?
Yeah, and they had like mounted like buzzsaws and shit on them, and L3's like, you guys don't have to be doing this. You can make your own decisions. And everyone else is like, fuck them, they're droids. The fuck do they care?
Yeah.
But other than that, there wasn't much PC shit in it. I mean, they had strong male leads. They had the guy who played Solo did a good job. Even though don't take this out of context, he was the worst part of the movie.
Yeah.
He did a good job, but the movie itself was very driven by the other characters, and most of his stuff was reacting to the things that were going on around him and like having to MacGyver his way out of various situations. So he wasn't driving the plot forward so much as the supporting characters were. But that didn't mean he did a bad job. He made a great Han Solo. I think it was just down to the screenwriting at that point. Because you can give a good actor a shit script, and there's only so much they can do with it. And
Yeah.
not that the script was shit, but they could have written it differently.
Yeah. I've been looking at your microphone. I've never actually like looked at it before. I noticed that it's blue. Blue is the brand. Blue microphones, and it's black. Care to explain yourself, Andy?
It only came in black and white, and I like black better.
Why do they call it blue and then not provide a blue option?
Well, like you said, blue is the brand name, and this is technically the blue snowball, because apparently it's orb-shaped.
It's spherical.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Maybe it came in other colors, but they were probably more expensive, so I went with what was cheapest.
Yeah, that just seems strange.
Yeah,
That was on topic, by the way.
I got nothing.
Sorry for leaving your potatoes so dry, but the gravy's back.
Oh, no problem. We just got finished talking about the Solo movie, even though he hasn't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either. I heard that it got really disappointing box office returns, which will probably kill any other fucking spin-off movie.
It was a good movie. It makes no sense why it's doing shitty.
I think it's just a Star Wars fatigue.
Because
that's kind of a real thing with me already too. It's like,
Just like, give us 5 years, make a really good one in like 5 years. Like, just let us stew.
Like, let's get all sorts of practical effects and really just do this right. Instead of just shitting out movies, which I really liked all the movies they've released so far. But
Rogue One was better than the actual sequels.
Yeah,
like,
I
Rogue
think
One
so
was
as
so
well.
good.
Yeah. I don't know. It was also... I know Solo was also plagued by a lot of production issues. Like, I think the directors for the first part got, like, fired or left over creative differences, and then Ron Howard had to step in and finish the movie. So, like, there was a lot of things that went wrong with the production of this movie, and that probably shows.
Probably like marketing, dude. I didn't see an actual single commercial for the movie ever. Only people talking about the movie coming out, but there's no commercial I've ever seen for it.
Yeah, apparently.
Like, no YouTube commercial or nothing.
Yeah, apparently a lot of the stuff they were going to put in the trailers came from the first iteration of the movie, which just got shit canned, so there were none.
That sucks.
But no, it was I wouldn't say it was as good as Rogue One. I did like the fact that there was no force powers and very few lightsabers involved.
Wait, so there was more than 0 lightsabers, but 0 force?
Yeah.
So did someone just have a lightsaber? Wasn't a Jedi or something?
Do you want me to spoil it for you?
Well, don't spoil it. Just like, did the guy just happen to not use the force while he had his lightsaber?
No, the person that had the lightsaber appeared for only one scene, and he appeared in the form of a holographic communication.
Oh, okay.
And he pulled out his lightsaber for intimidation purposes, and that was
over hologram.
Yeah, that was that was all we ever saw of any Force user or a lightsaber. Although the main antagonist, played by Vision from the Avengers, he did have these really cool like brass knuckle knife combos, which had energy blades on them.
Oh, that's dope as hell.
Yeah, they weren't really lightsabers, and there was one other character who, I swear to God, had a lightsaber chainsaw.
I'm gonna go see this movie as soon as possible.
Yeah, it was a spear or a glaive or some kind of polearm bladed weapon, but the blade emitter looked like a fucking chainsaw.
Oh, that's dope
so, yeah, but she was also not a Force user. Oh, and Noodle, you'll get a kick out of this. They have officially made Teräs Käsi canon.
Oh, yay.
Teräs who?
Teräs Käsi, it's a martial arts form developed specifically to combat Force users.
Oh.
And,
that's cool.
yeah.
Oh, from the books, right?
Yeah, and a video game.
And the PS1 video game.
Yeah.
The best fighting game ever made.
Masters of Teräs Käsi.
Yes.
Yeah, no, there was a... Daenerys Targaryen was beating down some people, and Han's like, where'd you learn to do that? And she's like, oh, it's a form called Teräs Käsi. And I'm like, yes, okay, good. Let's have some people beating Jedi to death.
Wait, so Emilia Clarke's in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yep, Daenerys Targaryen.
Did she have her dragons?
No.
Any boob? No boob?
This was I think this was like a PG movie.
Well, hey, PG movies back in the 70s had boobs. Bullshit.
No, sadly, no boobs. But I'm sure we've all seen Game of Thrones enough that we can imagine it just fine.
Too much oil. There's too much oil all the time. Every naked person's always covered in some sort of liquid.
Well, you don't like liquid, Jimmy?
I like liquid, just
Racist
not all
against
the time.
liquid?
Wait, yes, I think. I think I am, maybe. I'm more of a solid or a plasma kind of guy myself.
Plasma's where it's at.
Yeah.
But yeah, good movie.
I
Solo.
like gaseous.
Gaseous is also pretty good.
Gaseous is kind of boring, though. You kind of just...
I don't know, that raises the question. I mean, we've had a solid snake and we've had a liquid snake. Where's our gaseous snake or plasma snake?
Plasma snake sounds dope as hell.
I know, right?
But gaseous snake is kind of like...
I was about to
Ice
ask...
cubed snake.
I was about to ask Konami where the hell that was, but Kojima left Konami a long time ago, so...
It wasn't that long. It was only like 2 years, right? It's been like a couple.
That's still a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is shit, because...
And now Konami's making pachinko machines.
Yeah.
Just fucking kill yourself. That's why.
I don't know. I'm glad Kojima's not with them, and neither is Koji Igarashi, so we can actually maybe get some legit Castlevania games again.
Is Kojima doing anything right now? I haven't really kept up.
Yeah, the
Death Stranding.
Yeah, Death Stranding.
Which has been...
It's a game he's making with Norman Reedus instead of making Silent Hills because he had to leave Konami.
Oh, okay.
Which both sucks because I wanted Silent Hills really bad. But the new game looks interesting.
It looks very Kojima-ish.
So far.
Yeah, you said that weird. Why'd you say it weird?
Because there's
it's weird.
The only trailer for it so far. It is the only one, right?
No, there's been 3 trailers, and they're all equally weird.
Yeah.
But they've also got Guillermo del Toro in it.
Oh Jesus.
The guy who did Hellboy, and Mads
I don't
Mikkelsen.
think I could, even if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah. And Mads Mikkelsen, Jen Erso's dad from Rogue One, is also in it. Or, I don't know, more people might know him as Hannibal Lecter at this point because of the Hannibal TV show, which...
Oh, the TV show. I was about to say, oh, you mean that one dude? No.
No, but Hannibal is awesome.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's...
My coworker never shuts up about it, so I'm always assuming that it's just kind of...
It's highly disturbing, which is exactly as it should be. I mean, he makes a dude eat his own leg.
Looks like a barrel.
It's not a barrel. It looked like a fan unit.
Oh, could be.
An AC unit?
Yeah, like an AC unit. I'd
He's
blank
one hell of
that.
a handyman. I wouldn't doubt it.
But yeah, Hannibal makes a guy eat his own leg, and it's great.
That's fair.
And
Sounds a lot like right out of Walking Dead shit.
How does he make him?
basically, he kidnaps the guy, amputates the guy's leg, and then does a very like high stylistic form of cooking. I think like clay cooking or something like that. And basically prepares this amazing looking meal. And the guy's like, "You're gonna make me be my own last meal?" And Hannibal's just like, "I could just kill you right now." And the guy cuts off part of it, eats it. He's like, "Okay, my compliments to the chef." So he just has a nice meal where they just eat this guy's leg.
I mean, I suppose if I'm in that situation, fuck it.
I kind of want to know what I tasted like anyway. Fuck.
Man.
But yeah, man, Hannibal is a hell of a chef. Even when he's not cooking human body parts, he knows his way around a kitchen.
Why doesn't he just be a chef, then? Why is he making people eat their legs?
Because he's fucking crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, because he's insane, obviously.
I haven't seen the third season yet, but the guy who made powered armor to kill people might have been the top episode for me.
Wait, what?
Like Hannibal, what he does, like he's a psychiatrist, and sometimes he makes his patients devolve further into like their psychotic urges. So a guy makes like a metal pneumatic powered wolf suit that he goes around and just butchers people with. And it's amazing.
insane.
He's like, "Hey, you're an engineer. Why don't you embrace that side of yourself? You know, master your own craft and use it to do what you want to do." So, guy makes fucking wolf-powered armor.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
I like that it's called wolf-powered armor. It's wolf power armor, basically. But I like wolf-powered armor.
Yeah,
It's powered by wolves.
Yeah.
And they're woofs.
Wolves. Like, you just got a treadmill with wolves running on it, connected to a generator that's connected to his suit.
Yeah.
I was thinking
So
more.
it's wolf-powered.
I was thinking more Monsters Inc. where they capture the screen, but they're just capturing the woo woo wolves. They use that as a power cell.
A woo will never be legalized.
A woo.
Yeah, it's something one of my friends says all the time.
Sounds like a very autistic meme.
What does he say?
Legalize a woo. I don't know.
I'm guessing I know who this is that says that.
Yeah, it's a furry thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, like, he says it all the time, so I just poke fun at him. I'm like, dude, under Trump's leadership, a woo will never be legalized.
Ugh.
Wait, why? Wait, what is he trying to say by legalize the woo?
Legalize a woo. Apparently howling? I don't know. I'm not a furry. I don't get the joke.
Because this sounds like legalize fucking animals.
Really?
Oh no.
I don't know.
That's what this sounds like to me.
It could be. I don't
It's
know.
legal in some states already. I mean,
Well,
shit.
yeah, Alabama's not a state.
Andy, stop being friends with him. He wants to fuck his dog. He probably does, and he just wants it legal.
I get. He doesn't have a dog, so
I'm just depressed.
Whose dog is it then?
I don't know.
Because
Maybe-
there is a dog.
Maybe the dog's in the basement and never comes out.
Yeah.
It's the Awoo shack.
No.
Get like doggy lingerie and everything. Little gimp mask for the dog.
I'm upset.
Yeah,
Even though I'm the one who brought up this whole line of thinking.
I don't know.
You usually do things to yourself, yeah.
Furries are weird, man. I mean, I'm sure there's a subsect out there for the lusty Argonian maid.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's like a difference between like Crystal from Star Fox is kind of hot and I want to dress up as a shitty plush animal and fuck people in it. Like, there's a clear difference.
Yeah, and there's like...
So it's like anthropomorphic versus actual animals.
Yeah.
There's also, like, you know, not every furry dresses up in a suit, fucks animals, or even fucks other people while they're wearing their fursuit. But,
You would
I mean, it's still fucking weird either way. You're a grown-ass adult and you're doing this shit.
I mean, you would think they would at least try to make the suits, like, not be ridiculously cartoonish. Like, put some effort into it, you fucker.
Yeah.
We won't respect you until you put effort into your costumes.
Because if it looked really cool and, like a freaky wolf, not a freaky wolf, but like a scary wolf.
Also a freaky wolf,
I
yeah.
don't
But I prefer the wolf not be freaky, actually.
I
But
suppose
a
there's
scary,
nothing
cool
wrong
looking
with,
one.
you know, if your girlfriend wants to bone down on you while wearing some cat ears.
Cat
Whatever.
ears is one thing. Fucking fursuit isn't, especially with those goofy ass faces they put on it.
I
Like, how does that
Like
turn
Chip the
on?
Squirrel.
It's also got to be really like, really awkward.
And like super sweaty. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, because like they always have those giant snouts,
Yeah.
right? So
How you supposed
there's like 2 ways to fuck. Like just normal missionary without you laying down on top of her, but up, or like doggy style. Hey, like otherwise,
Wolfie style, apparently.
what are
Yeah.
you doing? I guess you could also from like sitting up missionary turn them sideways.
You're putting way too much thought into this.
Well, I'm just trying to think of ways that you can
the
fuck in a
potatoes were not
fursuit.
peeled today. This is chunky mashed potatoes.
You know, funny enough, I had these exact same thoughts when I was watching iZombie last week. There was an episode where furries were involved.
I might have seen that. Is it the new season or the first season?
I think I want to say it was either late first or early second.
I remember I binged like 9 episodes of that show in one night, but then I never watched it again, even though I liked it. I just
Forgot.
Yeah,
it was good, but like not enough to bring me back
I've got
after my
shows
binge.
like that.
Yeah. But it was the episode where she was on frat boy brain. And they were like, a frat boy got murdered at a frat party by a guy wearing like a gigantic blue wolf suit.
Wait, before or after the MMO player episode?
After. Or I
Okay.
think, or maybe right around the same time.
Sorry.
But- But yeah, so they're like, they tracked down the suit and the people who had rented it last, and they're like, yeah, no, I wore the suit at home, and they're like, well, why would you wear the suit if you aren't planning on going out and partying? And like, they just don't comprehend furries. So finally, the 2 people are like, look, we're furries, we get off on this, and like, oh,
Carry on.
okay, got it. You're innocent. You didn't do it. I understand. But iZombie, also a good show.
That was
It is
an
a good
exhausting little tangent we just had.
Also, watch
Him.
Santa Clarita Diet. That's another good zombie show with Drew Barrymore, my forever eternal bae.
She's very cute. She's super cute. She's not like sexy to me, but
She
she's
used
very
to be
cute.
sexy. She transformed to cute as she got older.
I prefer cute Barrymore.
She was Charlie's Angels, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally liked her in Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
She's in that movie?
Yeah, she was one.
I'm watching Donnie Darko then.
Yeah, she's one of the teachers. But I mean, if that movie's a mind bender, I've seen it.
I've heard, yeah. I've watched videos like trying to speculate on the fucking ending and the whole movie and shit. And I was like, I don't think I can sit through this whole movie. This is weird.
I mean,
It's not bad.
It's a good movie. It's just don't go into it expecting to understand what's going on the first time, or the second, or the 20th. But yeah, you know, young Jake Gyllenhaal and Seth Rogen also in the movie.
Really?
Was he?
He was.
I don't remember.
He was one of the bullies. That was
Good.
like, I want to say that was like one of his first movies.
Oh, sounds
It
like
probably
Jack Black
was.
in the Neverending Story.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It was the second one I think he was in, right?
Third one, the shitty
The
one.
third
was the
one, okay.
Yeah, but you can tell that Jack Black's the only one having fun. Like, he's like, this
Yeah.
is ridiculous. I'm going to ham it the fuck up.
His
Everyone else is
character
like
is
trying. Everyone else is trying, and he's just like, this is awesome.
I mean, he writes in the book, doesn't he?
Yeah, like
change
it
things?
turns out that he finds out he can write shit and stuff goes bananas. And
Yeah.
they're like 20 and they're still in high school. And like, if you get held back one more time, you don't get to go to school anymore. And it's like,
Yeah.
wow, why do you even show up to school? You're fucking 20.
Yeah. Like, you get over it at this point. Just go take your GED if you still care that much.
Yeah.
But apparently, well, they love bullying, so that's why they like going.
Yeah, it turns out
Although
if
they're
you bully adults,
20.
it's a crime.
So, but it was the 80s.
Right?
You can get away with that.
Firecracker in the toilet's not a terrorist threat.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those movies in a long
Pre
time.
9/11.
I think the third Neverending Story was no. Yeah, no, mid-90s. I was like, I feel like that was like a very early 2000s movie. Yeah, Neverending Story 1 and 2. 3.
Yeah.
4 is just don't even try.
I've never even. I didn't know there was a fourth one.
It's the one, the 4. Wait, I don't know if it's the second one, but the one I'm thinking of is where every time that kid makes a wish with a medallion, he loses a memory. I'm pretty sure that's the fourth one because everyone hates it. Nah,
Fucking
it's bullshit.
And you know what
I
came
don't even
back?
remember the second one really.
You know what came back from the 90s recently that was actually good? The Power Rangers movie.
I still need to see that too. I heard it was pretty good.
I heard it was just like the Warcraft movie, where if you're not a fan, it's kind of dumb, but if you watched Power Rangers as a kid, you love it.
I also heard that the Megazords were not in it that much.
No, they really weren't.
And then, like, at the end, the one Megazord just, like, wrecks the other or something. Or wrecks whatever they're fighting.
Well, it's definitely an origin story. Like, I think they were trying to, like, fit probably, like, one season's worth of, like, character development and story development.
Did you just say character development in Power Rangers?
It exists. It's a thing. But
why are you wearing a hat like a trucker?
I don't know. I just did that. I'm just playing with my hat right now, Jimmy. I had it on backwards a minute ago, and I'm not a backwards hat guy.
You're much less of a trucker hat guy, so just turn it back around.
My hands are full.
But yeah, no, it was a good movie. Like, even if you weren't a fan of the old stuff, I think the story of the characters in and of themselves will probably carry you through it, because like in the original series they were all like very well-to-do, successful, educated high schoolers, and in this
suburban white kids, yes.
Yeah, and in this one they're
except for the one black guy and the Asian chick.
Yeah. In this one, they are a ragtag band of misfits. Like, the Red Ranger, Jason, he was a successful football player until he, like, rolled his truck trying to get away from the police after pulling a prank on another school and, like, fucked up his knee. Ooh. So he got, like, suspended for that, and he had to, like, go to school on Saturdays because...
So he peaked before he even left high school, basically. Yeah. No, that sucks.
So, like, he's all fucked up.
He peaked before he even got a proper chance to peak if he was still playing football at the time.
Yes, like, he's all fucked up. The Pink Ranger was a cheerleader, but she did some bad things and became ostracized from society. And
so it's just gritty.
I wouldn't call it gritty. They're still very obviously teenagers who want to be teenagers. They just made bad choices and they got fucked over for it. Like, the Blue Ranger, Billy, he's autistic.
He's also too high, according to the first actual episode of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
He's just up there with guys dancing around him and up on a cliff, and they just scream that at him. Billy, you're too high! And the next shot is just these dudes dancing around him. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's like, yeah, he fucking is.
SPD is the best Power Rangers, by the way. Followed closely by Dino Thunder.
Dino Thunder?
I don't think I've ever actually watched Dino Thunder. The last one I, watched was...
Anything past 2007 is shitty.
I want to say Zeo, the one where they had geometric shapes on their helmet, like squares and stuff like that.
Oh, I really liked Beetleborgs in that season of Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Beetleborgs was the best season of Power Rangers.
I still have an action figure of a Beetleborg somewhere.
Same way that Street Sharks is the best season of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I remember Street Sharks.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome. God, fuck. It just brought back a weird flash of memories I thought I'd never experience again.
No,
I still have two VHSs of Street Sharks.
We should really watch them some night. We need to get a VHS player.
Yeah,
I have one, but it's sketchy. It sometimes eats them. So
yeah, I have the very first episode of Street Sharks and the episode where a rock star got turned into a street shark, and he still did a concert just because everyone thought he was wearing a costume.
Yeah. No, Power Rangers, though, I've seen so sporadically throughout the years.
Oh, yeah. I've never sat down and binge Power. You can't do that. This is not allowed.
You can't do that and keep your sanity.
Yeah.
The reason I loved Power Rangers as I got older, I still have the first 5 episodes of the original series on DVD. And, the Rangers are trying to be decent actors, I guess, and then Rita Repulsa is just so ridiculous and hammy all the fucking time.
Just like Jack Black, she knows this is ridiculous. She's having fun.
Magic wand, make my monster grow!
It did.
It did. And
made my monster grow too.
Fucking Goldar and Lord Zed.
Goldar.
Lord Zed was a scary motherfucker.
Yeah, he's like
Lord
the weird,
Zed,
muscle, fleshy colored
dude
with like the fan on his head.
Yeah, he's the skinless guy wearing basically the Shredder mask.
Oh yeah, that guy was fucking terrifying. Dude, also the theme song for Power Rangers, it's like a show for 8-year-old kids, but it's got a killer metal theme. It's just dope.
They actually had the song in the movie.
Mighty Morphin Power
Rangers.
Rangers.
When they finally manned up and figured out how to work as a team and got their Zords are charging across the plains. It kicks in, go, go, Power Rangers!
Oh, half the theater just came.
Yeah, and the original Pink and Green Ranger were in the movie as a cameo.
Aw.
during the final battle.
Wait. Was the White Ranger there? The White Ranger's like in everything.
Tommy. He
Tommy
was the Green Ranger before he became the White Ranger.
I know, but was Tommy a cameo?
Yes.
In the movie?
Yes. There was one point after the final battle when there was a bunch of people crowding around the Megazords and like taking videos of it with their phone. Like he's in the crowd wearing a green shirt, standing next to the original Pink Ranger who was wearing a pink shirt.
Are they both just going like, what is happening?
Yeah,
I feel
like
I kind of remember this.
Yeah, they looked alternately confused and this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, but seriously, Tommy, the actor who plays Tommy,
he's
like,
a badass.
Anything involving Power Rangers, he's like there for it. Like
yeah.
he just, you can tell he loved his time in Power Rangers. Even me and him watched like a dumb YouTube video where it was like the Green Ranger versus Rio from Street Fighter, and it's fucking Tommy as the Green Ranger on a YouTube video. Yeah, that was so dope, and I was like, yes.
His Facebook picture has his modern, like, ridiculously tattooed self doing the pose with the morphing buckle.
Oh.
So he's the anti Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
What do you mean by anti Mark Hamill?
Mark Hamill just doesn't get excited about Star Wars stuff, really. He's pretty much just like the one time those people presented him with like that custom made lightsaber of his on stage, and he was just like, what am I supposed to do with this?
And funny enough, he actually took
You think I don't have 8 billion of these in my house?
Yeah. I have 7 Luke Skywalker fucking lightsabers in my house right
Actual
now.
ones from the movie, bitch.
He actually took that lightsaber and did something with it. I want to say it was on like the Jimmy Fallon show. Like there was some actor there, and they brought up a story of a kid when he was a kid, and he's like, yeah, I wrote a letter to Luke Skywalker inviting him to my birthday party, but he never showed up. And then Jimmy Fallon's like, well, it's actually your birthday today. And the guy's like, yeah, it is. And then like the band kicks on and plays the Star Wars theme, and Mark Hamill walks out with that lightsaber and like strikes a Luke Skywalker pose.
It sounds like he does get excited, but he just doesn't just to get people riled up. Like he's like, what is this? On the inside, he's like, I'm keeping this forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he knows enough to know that Luke Skywalker made his career next to the Joker, but he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
The Joker prolonged his career.
Yeah, but he's like, I'm not gonna go like force parkouring around an obstacle course as Luke Skywalker. I just don't fucking feel like it.
I don't think he could.
No, he
he's
probably
like 60.
I mean, if they were like, hey, we're going to make this video of you at 60 force parkouring around this thing, like, we just need you for some shots and stuff, he might not want to do that.
Yeah.
Just be like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
I have most of the money.
So yes, now I get what you mean by anti-Mark Hamill. Yeah, Tommy's awesome.
Yeah, like half of the Rangers.
But Mark Hamill's awesome too.
Yeah.
It's just a different way.
Yeah, half of the Rangers like try to distance themselves from their Ranger careers now, and the other half is like still going. Like Tommy still does Power Rangers things, and so does the Pink Ranger. Like she showed up to some convention in a Pink Ranger suit and like sat down on a barrel and started playing guitar. And like it ended up on YouTube, and the original Blue Ranger like did a video. He's like, "Look, I appreciate what you're doing. I understand you still love your Power Ranger-ness, but man, there is no way I'm getting anywhere near that." But also, the original Blue Ranger's kind of a tragic story. Actually, like he is gay, I guess, and back when
yeah, I vaguely remember hearing this story.
He was on set, and like a lot of people like made fun of him and gave him grief for it, and like I guess tried to dock his pay just because of it. Like I don't know, he did not have a fun time. So I understand why he in particular does not want to be anywhere near anything Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I think the 90s was the best time to make fun of gay people.
Being gay doesn't pay.
Guess not.
That's not. Don't take that out of context.
Oh, that's going to be taken out of context. 20 years from now, you're going to be a well-known person, and someone's going to be like, hey, you remember this?
When we get YouTube famous, you remember that one time you said that one thing on that one podcast? And then you'll just be like, what about all the other awful shit we've said on the podcast?
Yeah, that's true.
We went on a 20-minute tangent bashing on furries.
I think we were more like just being confused about furries.
Yeah, I use, like, slurs, though, on it. Like, I've said faggot.
Yeah.
I've said retard. I just said them again.
Yeah.
And, so that could come back.
And
it probably won't, but...
No, I think at one point we mentioned the N-word and said it out loud.
Oh, I'm sure.
To prove a point, I guess.
But
just in case nobody knew what the N-word was, well, go find that episode and you'll understand.
Nipple.
And I think we also brought up mook, which was a some
Yeah.
kind of slur.
Mook and Mooly. Probably my favorite one because of how hilarious it is. And apparently it's been misconstrued to another meaning, but is moon cricket.
Mook.
Oh yeah, wasn't Matt tell us about
so
moon cricket?
funny. No.
Oh no, he told us about
No.
pepperwood. Okay, yeah.
What is moon cricket?
Apparently its original meaning was for black people, black slaves, because they sing songs together at night.
Okay.
So moon cricket, but which really that's not that bad.
That's like a cute
most
slur almost, like
yeah.
moon cricket.
My little moon cricket.
Yeah,
but
that sounds adorable actually.
That kind of gets misconstrued towards like Asians and stuff now, which that almost makes sense to me somehow.
Well, there used
Maybe
to be-
it's because I've seen Mantis in the Guardians movies.
Well, it's
so
also
it's
it's
like she's got the antenna and the big eyes. Like
I remember this
she's
is one
from
of the
space.
OG
Yeah.
memes from like the 60s and 70s where it was kind of a joke where if you didn't understand what an Asian person was saying, you'd say, "Oh, you're speaking moon speak."
Yeah.
So yeah,
Like moon
that-
runes or what they'll call like Asian writing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Say something in moon speak.
So
Nani daya.
the one I never understood why it's bad is I think it's the slur for Italians is wop.
Yeah, WAP. Some about doo-wop groups.
Oh.
Them
Being
being
gay.
involved in doo-wop groups and gayness and stuff. So they call you a WAP.
You know how long it's been of a slur that where like the reason why it is mean doesn't make sense because it's been so long.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're a wop because doo-wop and they were gay and how is this offensive?
Yeah. And like the N-word's just black. Basically, they just took it from Mexicans and just it got changed a little bit in translation and like that's all it is. Really, like I understand it was used as a slur and as a bad thing towards them.
You've got the
So-
facial expression of I'm trying to explain how I'm not racist, like the
So-
same facial expression.
So that's why I'm just saying that's why it.
So it's not so much the word itself as the fact that it was used maliciously.
Yeah, exactly. That's You were much more eloquent than me.
Slurs, man. Weird.
Yeah.
You know what's a fun slur? Jew. Because Jew is the legit thing you say to someone. It's like you're like, hey, you're a Jew, right? But all you have to do is put a little stank on it, and now you're just saying the worst shit ever. Like, oh, hey, Jew. It's like, oh! Like, all you gotta do is just twist the intone a little bit, just Jew. But, oh, I am a Jew too.
Jew.
So speaking of Jews, I learned something the other day.
Oh boy.
No, I was.
God, this podcast is gonna somehow just blow up. Somebody's gonna post it on
Yeah.
Twitter. We're gonna get death threats. There are gonna be people outside our homes.
Speaking of Twitter, I finally got one.
No, go back to your original train
Yeah.
of thought.
Okay. So, I was.
Want to hear more about the Jews?
Well, no, I learned that that Jesus himself, man, he had a sarcastic streak to him. Depending on how you read some of the stuff,
Of which Bible?
any of them.
Oh, probably.
There was a one where
The Quran.
maybe I don't know. Shit.
There's no Jesus in the Bible.
But no, I was reading.
It's a Bible of sorts.
Yeah, I was reading through some articles and I came across this gem. There was one of the apostles, like I think, met a tax collector or something like that. And he's like, "Oh, hey, I know Jesus. You want to go meet him?" The guy's like, "Yeah, I want to go meet him." And I don't remember how exactly it was phrased, but he walks up and the guy's like, "Hey, Jesus, I'm whatever the guy's name was." And Jesus is like, "Oh, yeah, I know you. You were the guy who was sitting over there under the fig tree." And the guy's like, "Oh, you really are the Son of God." And Jesus just straight up like, "You believe that? Because I said I saw you sitting under a fig tree? Dude, you ain't seen nothing yet."
Jesus also
Boy,
cursed
you
a
ain't
fig tree to die because it didn't have any figs on it at the time.
He also tamed dragons.
Yeah. He
Which,
did a lot of things.
how did that not make it into the final cut of the Bible? Jesus Christ, Dragon Tamer.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
That's just what the book should have been called.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Christianity would have a much bigger following if it was canonized that Jesus tamed dragons. I'm just saying, he was the original Daenerys Targaryen.
He was also like the original necromancer.
Yeah.
Like he can turn away demons and revive the dead. Like he's like the good necromancer. He's got a weird set of powers though.
Yeah.
Like I can make this little bit of food into a lot of food and bring your mother back to life.
Yep.
But I don't
What?
ever do that. But here's some sandwiches.
He brings his mom back to life, and she's just a skeleton wailing in agony. Like,
Like-
she's alive. Should I kill her again? I'm gonna kill her again. He just takes like a fucking sick enjoyment out of that.
He also killed a kid. Let's not forget that
Yeah,
one.
he killed a kid.
Just for bumping into him.
See, it's also not proven that Jesus existed. So
No, but...
It's also
that.
proven that he's not white. I actually know
Yeah,
the entire
there's
backstory
no
of why
way.
people think he's white.
Yeah, the Boondocks, man.
No.
Black Jesus.
No, it's the Borgia family. But it was like basically the first Italian mafia, and it was like 1500s. I watched like the whole show.
I know,
did
I
some
killed them in
research.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. No, the son of the Borgia was basically so crazy and full of himself that once his dad became the Pope, he demanded that Jesus look like him, like literally, just like a long, fair-haired white dude. And then that just became the thing for the next 500 years. Because he was a Middle Eastern Jew. He's not white.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know, Black Jesus, Dragon Tamer Necromancer.
Spicy Italian.
But yeah, no, did you ever read that story about how he just straight up murdered a kid?
No.
I've heard of it. I've never actually read it.
Didn't he turn a bunch of people into sand? Just
that'd be
Probably.
awesome. But no, like...
try to sniff it to see if he can smell it.
No.
But
I'm using it to propel my voice above Andy's so we don't have to fucking listen to him anymore.
Yeah.
No, go on.
But no, young, I guess preteen Jesus was walking down the street and a guy bumped into him and didn't apologize, and Jesus straight up said, you shall not finish your course. And the guy just dropped dead. And then Jesus went home, told Joseph what happened. Joseph was like, what the fuck, Jesus? You can't just do that. So he grabbed him by the ear, dragged him back to the kid, and made him res him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Why aren't these awesome stories in the Bible?
I mean, where did you hear it from? The Bible or like?
Because they paint, well, that one especially paints Jesus in a bad light, so you can see why they, like, King James wouldn't keep that in his version,
I don't know.
which is, like, the accepted version.
I think modern people would, I guess, identify more with Jesus if he was presented as more human than he actually is.
There's a toothpick in my sock. I almost died. Wow.
There's toothpicks all over the floor over there for
Why?
some reason. I don't know.
Y'all drunk motherfuckers.
I remember the things I spill when I'm drunk. I did not spill toothpicks. So
No,
it's probably mad.
I spilled them.
Oh.
I was plugging in my phone and they got knocked over.
Like today?
Yeah.
So you weren't even drunk yet?
No.
You didn't clean it up?
No.
God, you're horrible.
I was gonna.
You could have gotten tetanus from that.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's how wood works.
I mean, it could have some rust on it.
I mean,
We're good.
there could be some tetanus bacteria on that.
Tetanus is not a bacteria.
Woo! From downtown.
Kobe!
And a miss.
Yeah.
Kobe!
I was excited about from downtown, but
You're acting like I could have made a shot in a basket that already had a ball stuck in it, and like it's overflowing. Like, oh, you missed it, you piece of shit. Shit, I missed
give
it.
me a toothpick. They're right behind you.
I can't bend very much right now, like at all. Like if it's not.
You have
right
the
here-
arms of an orangutan.
Oh, okay, I see it. I got it. Oh no, I don't. Yes, I do.
I don't know. I think Mel Gibson needs to make the movie Jesus Christ Dragon Tamer. Kobe!
Fuck.
Didn't
I'm
even
farther
touch
away. I'm
the-
farther away. It's
No,
not
you're
fair.
not. We're literally the same.
And
distance
I'm
away.
diagonal, so bleh,
Oh, so you have a
bleh.
better shot.
Kobe!
Didn't even touch the trash can. God,
Oh.
you suck.
You're sinking as many shots as Kobe. Because
Alright.
Go throw a bobby pin. I was gonna give those back to Miranda. I just found them.
There's a billion downstairs.
Kobe doesn't sink shots, right? Like, is that not his thing?
I don't know if that went in
Bad
or not.
missed.
Does Kobe sink shots or not, Noodle? I need to know.
Yeah,
Got it.
of course, always.
Oh, okay.
But he misses a lot too.
So, yeah, Kobe.
I get it. You got it.
How do you like that one? Bubba Hotel.
Listen, Noodle, why don't we go find a PlayStation 2, fire up NBA Ballers, and we'll see how this really goes.
Feast no.
Hey, I'm gonna do this not because I think I can do it. I just think it'd be hilarious if I did do it.
No.
Damn, that was kind of close though.
Sunk it into the dustpan.
Woo!
I made 2 bobby pins, and then I made one while looking into Jimmy's eyes. He's defeated.
It's about as good as I normally
We're
do.
making a mess.
At least it's all near the trash can.
Yeah, it's all right.
They're in the vicinity.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
it looks like someone stole that dustpan from a store.
Probably.
That's been here a while.
It was probably stolen.
Yeah, that's like some food worker retail dustpan.
That was right there.
I may or may not have brought it from Pizza Hut when they closed. That's a lie, I didn't.
What were
Well,
we talking about?
Jesus Christ Dragon Tamer
yeah, Jesus Christ Dragon Tamer.
devolved into Kobe.
God, you suck. Yeah, devolved into that. pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Jesus brings the worst out of us.
He brings the worst out of a lot of people, really.
I mean,
Most people.
Think of all the smug Christian assholes.
We know one very closely.
Yeah, we won't bring any of that up.
Well,
It's
no
a
one
bit
wanted
too much.
his house to get burned down?
Well, we're
Okay, so
definitely
you're not talking
saying
about
his
me
name.
then.
Oh, no, you're fine. I mean, the only thing I did bad about Mormons is I ate one of the pictures out of the book. I ate the picture that said Jesus visiting the Americas. Like, okay, that's bullshit. I'm going to make it actual shit. I saw a piece of paper in my poop. It happened. It was amazing. I chewed it up. I took a swig of soda and just ate it. Because that's ridiculous. The rest of it was fine, though. Just that one little picture.
Yeah, I like how it like all the insane shit Jesus has apparently done, like raising the dead, making matter from nothing, and people are like, "There's no way he could teleport to America."
But why would he?
I don't know.
He had enough shit going on over there.
But he never showed a disposition for teleporting, ever. Maybe this isn't one of his skills.
I don't know. Apparently, in Catholicism, bilocation is apparently an ability saints have, like being able to be in two places at once or something like. I don't.
So, like what Luke had in the movie.
Yeah.
So Luke Skywalker is a Catholic.
Yeah, he's a
Could be.
Catholic saint.
Fuck.
Saint Luke. Saint Luke is a real person. I absolutely believe he looked like Mark Hamill.
Let's not look him up ever so we can all believe that
Yeah.
forever.
No, there's
I'd prefer to just believe that and
Yeah.
not know the truth.
And that's how religions get started.
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Oh.
Ooh, this is going to be a spicy podcast.
I mean, shit.
Put like an NSFW tag on this one.
Not NSFC, not safe for church.
Or not safe for liberal, far left people, churches.
NSFE, not safe for anyone.
That's A, not E.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Not
Not
safe.
safe for everyone.
Yeah.
There we go. I brought it back.
Nah, it's safe for plenty of people. People aren't retarded and get offended by every stupid little thing.
Yeah.
Like me saying retarded right there.
Yeah.
Does anyone even get that mad about retarded?
People get mad about retarded.
Did I don't remember if I told the story on the podcast, but the special ed guy that was in Subway when I was working at Walmart, I think he went to our school. I want to say his name was John, has a beard.
John, Big John. I don't remember his last name. He's a native dude.
I don't, kind of short, chubby.
Yeah, he's a native dude. He's kind of always got a fist.
Kind of.
But he's funny. He went to my church. He used to always fight me, and it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Huh?
But
He's funny. He used to beat the shit out of me.
No, he didn't actually. He did it as like a joke. But he realistically could have broken me in half.
yeah.
But he just thought it was funny. Anyways, go
Yeah,
on.
I was in Subway on my lunch break when I was working at Walmart, and he was in there with two of his handlers?
Wranglers.
Whatever you call them.
Caregivers.
Yeah, let's go with that one,
Not
caregivers.
the right word.
And, like, they both walked off to, like, go grab drinks or something while he was
Oh, no.
examining the menu, and he kind of started freaking out, and he did a spot-on impersonation of Sloth from the Goonies and yelled, "Hey, you guys!"
I believe it.
And
There's nothing better than someone who's like mentally handicapped who fully embraces it and it just does shit to make everybody laugh. Like, how can you
Yeah.
make fun of someone making fun of themselves? Like, if you're like mentally handicapped and you start like impersonating fucking Sloth from the Goonies, like you're automatically the coolest person in like 100 miles.
Yeah.
Like you're right there. Like, just I want to be your friend.
But, yeah, I had to try real hard not to bust up laughing because I was still in Walmart uniform at that point. But, yeah, he was a cool dude. There was another guy we went to school, I think his name was Lane. And
Yeah, Lane the Main, dude.
Didn't he,
Went
like,
to church with him, too.
Yeah,
Wait, Lane Faulkner?
No.
Didn't he set the school record for the
I was gonna say
deadlift
last
or
year's.
something like that?
Yeah, I think he did. But he was also, like, 23 or 24 at the time.
Point
So-
is, really big guy who was really
Yeah.
fucking strong.
Oh, and he was the sweetest, most lovely guy. I still see him all the time. He's, like... He was in our church youth group with me and Tyler Payment and Joel Ribbons.
Nice.
And, man, we got him to say some silly stuff. But, like, because he thought it was funny, too. Like, we'd say it to him, and we'd be like, come on, Lane, say it. And he'd just be busting up laughing, like, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. And then he'd say it, and we'd all just start losing our minds. He was awesome.
Yeah,
Loved
there
him.
was one other special ed person. I don't think we went to school with. I only ever saw him once, but they were also in Walmart, and they had an unhealthy obsession with some country musician.
Taylor Swift, guaranteed.
I don't know. It was whoever did the
really
bow with
country.
the bow with the bang, that song.
Oh, Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
Him.
Bang.
And
They
they
were
were
autistic.
they were singing that off key in the electronic section at the top of their lungs, just bow with the bang, ticka ticka dance, up the boogie.
It's, yeah. If people get a hold of this, we're gonna catch so much. I'm fine with it. I'll own it.
Yeah,
There-
we're not even saying anything particularly mean. We're like explaining that there's nothing wrong with it. It's just shit's funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've had
You're a liar.
mentally handicapped people walk past me and just let out a howl, and you can't not laugh at that. It's just like okay, if I know the person just doing it for attention and stuff to try and be funny, yeah, fuck you, dude. You're not funny. When it's just an impulsive thing that they just do, it's funny.
Yeah, you look me in the eyes and tell me that a mentally handicapped person impersonating the fucking dude from the Goonies is not funny, I'll call you a goddamn liar, because that's funny to anyone alive.
That's hilarious. And if it's not, you're the biggest prude faggot bitch on the
No,
planet.
you're a liar. Everyone finds that hilarious. The Pope would be like,
Yeah. And just
I like the Pope just watches Goonies like that's what he falls asleep to every night. He's got a Goonies
"Hey, you
DVD.
guys." Oh,
He
that's nice.
he even loves that, like when the menu keeps playing over and over when it's looping. Like he's even fine with that. That just puts him into a deeper sleep.
yeah, I mean, The Goonies might have been Josh Brolin's best movie next to Deadpool 2. But just to make sure people know we're on the level, there are times when mentally handicapped people are not funny. This exists. I went to
Of
elementary.
course.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's more often than not. A lot of the
Yeah,
times.
I went to school with a guy who had really, really bad Tourette's syndrome, and it was never funny when he freaked out.
Yeah, like I read this green text on 4chan where this kid, like his
Did you really
first,
just say that?
his first, yeah,
I read a green text on 4chan. Oh, yeah, that's what's going to get caught in this video.
yeah, I'm edgy, but yeah, it was this kid and this dude, and he's like, yeah, my first day of school at this Christian school, and they're giving this. The preacher is giving a sermon or whatever, and there was a kid with Tourette's in the front row, and he just started screaming out obscenities and stuff, and I was the only one to start laughing. And it's like, yeah, eventually it wasn't funny to me either. It was just fucking annoying. But of course, the first day, he didn't know the kid had Tourette's, and the kid just was like, pussy cum, and he just lost his mind. Because of course you would. Especially if you're like, I think he was in like 5th grade or something like that. Of course you're gonna lose your mind.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking choke to death on your own laughter.
Yeah.
Like, if I was in church and I was in 5th grade and someone did that, I wouldn't be here today. I would have just died.
God would have
laughed,
struck you
just
down.
like my lungs collapsed.
But on the other end of the spectrum, Tourette's guy.
Other end of the spectrum,
Yeah.
I like that.
Tourette's guy
Yeah.
will never not be funny.
Too bad he's dead.
Hey, Dad, can we get
Is
some...
he?
Oh, he passed away years ago.
That's hilarious.
But,
kind of.
Dad, can
No,
we get
it's
some
not.
movie butter popcorn? I don't know, how much is it? $5 for 2? Okay, I guess so. Yes! Calm down! Don't get a big dick!
Don't get a big dick.
What are you running over there in your house? It's the garbage disposal. It sounds like Chewbacca having an orgasm!
Does that guy really have Tourette's, or was that all an act?
I don't
He
know.
legit had Tourette's, but he would fake having Tourette's for
Overdo
some
it.
videos. Yeah, he would
Yeah.
overdo it on purpose, but there was some where you could
It's
tell
just-
it was like a dick. And then he's like,
Yeah.
does it on purpose. No.
Yeah.
Who's that picture of the faggot with the tuba? That's our dad. Oh! He has a fucking tuba!
Oh, it hurts to laugh.
Tourette's guy was awesome.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a video of his that hasn't made me laugh. Like, it's hilarious.
Golden age of YouTube right there.
It's especially good since, you know you're supposed to laugh at it.
Yeah.
Like,
And product value goes up when the maker dies. So,
that's true.
extra funny.
And also the guy from the Boondock Saints who had Tourette's. That was pretty fucking funny.
Yeah,
I actually have
and
never
that was
seen
definitely
Boondock
played
Saints.
for a
Yeah.
laugh. Oh, you should absolutely watch it.
Yes.
It's a really good movie.
All I know about it is from Helsing Ultimate Abridged. Pretty much it.
Yeah, watch the
Oh.
Boondock Saints. It's great. I'm not gonna do it, boys. Well, somebody please come over here and fuck me up the ass! And that's all he would ever say. He would just randomly go, fuck us! He like did it in a hospital at one point, and there was a kid there who got really confused. Oh, my journal. Thanks. Yeah, no,
Can I read an excerpt from your journal?
I don't even know how much I actually have written in this.
If you have a page that you're okay with me reading an excerpt.
Oh, this was...
Oh, that's like your drawing book.
Yeah, this was... Oh, there was, Yep, some Star Trek stuff, more drawings. The fuck was this?
Is that cursive?
Very bad cursive.
You write in cursive?
Inhuman monster.
Yeah.
You are a Mormon.
This was...
The fuck
was
You
this?
beat me to it.
Oh, that was stuff from Pizza Hut.
Is it still kind of vaguely raining, or is
Yeah, you can see it out the front. You can't see it out the back because of the sunlight.
Oh shit, this is when I was trying to write in Draconic.
Oh,
let me see that.
what does it say?
I don't remember, this was a while ago.
Oh, that's Skyrim Draconic, isn't it?
It's D&D Draconic.
I love forceps in me butthole.
I mean, it could be, I forgot what that says now.
Well, we are at an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's been good, some laughs.
Some gaps.
We might get in trouble. But,
if we haven't gotten in trouble by now...
Yeah, I mean, who would subscribe to us that's gonna go and also have a big enough following to just expose us? And even though it like
turns out PewDiePie's a fan.
If he's that
I don't
random 11th subscriber we have, dude, Poots, hook me up, man.
nowadays PewDiePie wouldn't be mad about any of what we just said. Not because I'm calling him a racist, but because he's just not.
He doesn't care.
He's not uptight anymore.
Yeah.
He's actually entertaining to watch now.
Yeah.
So.
But in closing, I should let people know that I have a Twitter account now.
Woo!
So I finally joined the modern age of technology, and I have
That was more of a phone.
the single greatest Twitter handle ever. You can find me on Twitter at TacoStarvedBeast.
Yeah, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, I've only ever
it's like blood-starved beast, but with tacos.
Yeah.
So
and my only
a lot happier.
My only post on there so far has been a screenshot of me getting the platinum trophy in Bloodborne, so it was appropriate.
Yeah. Righto.
Yeah. So.
Cheerio.
Yep. Subscribe, like, comment. Go donate to my Patreon. Find me on Twitter at TacoStarvedBeast.
I also hope you liked a little bit of extra gravy today. Usually I'm pretty quiet, but...
Yes, we need... This podcast always needs more gravy. We might have to start doing this later in the day just to make sure he's here.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Bottom of the morning, bottom of the night to you laddies.
The middle of the afternoon.
Can we not quote Jacksepticeye,
Bottom
please?
of the night to you laddies.
God, he almost destroyed my eardrums.
Yeah, that should have been a lot louder if I was going to do it, but I didn't want to yell.
Yeah, I was sitting there reading some stuff on my iPad. I had a YouTube playlist going in the background, and some fucking how Jacksepticeye got on there. So it went from a nice, quiet, calm video by Vadi Vidya about the lore of the Karthus in Dark Souls, and then all of a sudden, top of the morning to you laddies! Damn near blew out my eardrums.
Yeah, I don't
just
think
like now. Look at the fucking
The
voice.
peak.
Yeah, the peak.
I don't think he has another volume though.
No, he doesn't.
Maybe he just has Tourette's, and that's just his Tourette's.
Apparently, he had to
He just says top of the morning to you laddies every.
Yeah.
That's his tick.
Maybe he doesn't have a tick at all. He can talk, but it's always at screaming volume. Like he won't have an outburst, but if he has to say something, it's gonna be a scream. That would be hilarious.
God, could you imagine him in elementary school? All right, Jack, what's 2 + 2? 4!
Everyone ducks for a golf ball.
All right. We
That
always
was
make
really
these
over.
outros fucking 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
So, hey, this time we're leaving for real.
Yeah, I need to get home to
We're
the
not
wife.
coming back.
So apparently Shia
We're coming
LaBeouf is
back.
playing his own dad in a biopic about his own life.
Yes!
Good. Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah. Let's.
I have the picture of it right now too. I'll just give him one
Is that
second.
what his whole "Just Do It" thing was based off of? That's
No.
what his dad told him?
No, he made like a motivational video on.
No, I know. I was making a joke.
Oh no, his dad was a piece of shit.
Shia.
good.
I hope he screams at the top of his lungs, very
Shia
high-pitched.
LaBeouf.
Hold on, I'm getting close. To
Or
it.
if he plays actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
That would be good.
Yeah. Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, where is it? This
What
is
you know,
need to be
jujutsu?
seen.
Is there a part in that where he's crawling on all fours?
Yes.
This is Shia LaBeouf as his own father.
Oh, God, yes.
I love that.
Yes.
I hope his dad screams just like he does.
Me too. Louis Stevens.
Yeah. Do you think his dad is who started all the original traps for Ren, and then he was teaching them to his son?
I hope so. I really do.
I am now convinced fully that even Stevens was an accurate depiction of Shia LaBeouf's younger life.
It was.
Like,
That's a true thing. It's 100% accurate.
Probably.
And also, Shia LaBeouf was chosen to stop Ren, and all prophecies and the entire world is a giant trap for Ren.
Yes.
She's gonna trip over something, and she'll just be sent into an infinite tumble, and eventually caught in a net.
Ren is the Antichrist, and Lewis had to stop her. And
Yeah.
when he did, she became Kim Possible.
let's not forget to thank our Lord and Savior Beans. And his bacon.
Yep.
Bringing home the bacon
Oh,
for everybody.
fucking Beans. He's so
Best part of the
fucking
show.
ugly.
God, the episode where they ended up dressing the same for some reason.
Beans and Lewis did?
I think so. Like, they became best friends for an episode or something like that. And Beans was like
should watch that show
trying
again.
to imitate him, and like they were on their way to school, and I guess
know what you're talking
Beans like hopped a fence and ripped his pants or something, and Lewis is like, all right, well, now we're too different, and it'd be less creepy if we were just the same, so why don't I rip my pants? And then he like tears part like over his knee, and Beans like, no, my pants are ripped here, and he like turns around and they're like split straight down the back so you can see his underwear.
No, the best episode is where Ren is moonlighting as a singer, singing ABBA. That was the best episode of all time. That was amazing.
I liked Lewis, the Halloween episode where he was in the like penguin jockey uniform. I like that. The influenza was good. When Lewis was a wrestler and he had to wrestle the girl.
Oh yeah, and he did like the WWE Macho Man
Yeah.
Randy Savage entrance.
Yeah.
Or when he finds out his like really hot teacher shaves a mustache because it's genetic.
Wait,
Like it's like a little. She grows like hairs on her lip, but he's
Oh.
like infatuated with her, and he walks into her office one day, and she's like shaving it.
Does he
and
scream?
Flips. Yeah, he screams.
Good.
And then she
Of
sits
course
him
he
down
does.
and tells him that I'm Italian, so we're hairy. I have to. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't do it.
I
No one
can't.
can do it. That was more of a Craig scream.
That really was. That was on the inhale. I can't hit that high note exhaling anymore.
All right.
Third time's the charm,
We did
boys.
the outro.
Go subscribe
Goodbye.
to Shia LaBeouf's YouTube channel and make sure to hit him up on Twitter at Post Malone.
And also
Like,
also
share,
probably
subscribe,
to our stuff.
Scream on a soapbox at the end of the street. do whatever you
Taco
want.
Starved Beast at
Yep.
Twitter.handle.
Something like that.
.comner. I don't know.
Yeah, .org.
.biz. .gov actually.
Yeah, .gov. It's
I don't know. I was thinking .eu.
I was
Yeah.
thinking .cn
What is CN?
Canada.
Nice.
Pirate Bay.
I think it's .ca.
All right. We will see you next week on the Mashed Potatoes and Gravy podcast.
Wait, do you think that this stops when we turn the podcast off? Because this shit goes on for like an hour after we turn it off.
Yeah, it really does, but I gotta get home, so I'm gonna stop the recording now. Bye-bye.